Good morning.
Morning, Dr. Gordon.
Can y'all hear me?
Good morning.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
How are you guys doing today?
Doing good. It's good to hear from you again.
Yep. So what are you guys up to today? Let's see, it's 10:57. I guess since two of you are here, we'll go ahead and start. What I wanted to do today is just kind of go over the geometrics. I did it last week on Tuesday and Thursday, and I recorded them, but I didn't really like the recording. But I wanted to make sure. Sorry, I got somebody going by. I wanted to make sure that you guys didn't have any questions or issues with geometrics or any of the other modules that you're working on. So I'm going to turn it over to you guys before I talk about geometrics.
Well, we know the one issue that we had with the what's that called? The formula module, where none of the at least for me, none of the equations would work.
Was that module 5?
I believe it was. It was a couple weeks ago. I know that at least.
Yeah, I think it was module. Spencer, which section are you in?
Oh, I have to scroll up to find that. 82T, EAD.
EAD, that's what I need to know, because that's what I thought. Right. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna guess that was module 5 because you linked it out to another worksheet, and the problem was. So what I've done is I've just changed everybody else's scores, which I'll do the same. I don't know. I need to touch base. Hold on, I'm gonna mute for just 1 second.
It was module 7.
Oh, module 7?
I believe so, yeah. Where it was creating what's that term?
Did you send me the graded report?
I did, yes.
Go back and look at it. I don't remember seeing that.
I sent you the report along with my my actual worksheet. So that was the embedded formulas. That's not the word, but it's what it is. It's like the if or ones. And you ended up
I posted those, right?
Yeah, you posted those, but when I had I emailed you again, not sure if you got it. I emailed you again just letting you know that I put all the equations into, and I checked with what I had already put in there, and like the equations were exactly the same. Nothing was out of place. And then when I would enter them into the formula sheet, it would just say, this doesn't work.
Spill. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, spill.
I need to go back and look at it because you've got something wrong. If post dash second year, okay, is it post dash second year? Post dash secondary years. Yeah, usually it's a spelling error or secondary post secondary years. It's greater than or equal to 2. Equal. I don't think you need that equal sign there. I need to go back and look at that. I don't think you need that equal before the or. That's module.
No, I'd taken out any double equal signs.
Nope. I'm looking at it.
Oh, I didn't?
This is what you sent me. I'm guessing that's why it's wrong. Typically, if those are wrong, there's a reason. And that's why I posted the formula, because they're very cantankerous. And if you don't get them exactly right, but you got 2 equal signs in there. So I'm guessing that's what's wrong. You should be able to fix that and resubmit it. Go back and look at that.
All right. What I had done was I had copy and pasted the formulas you sent me, and I put those into the form after we were done, swapping emails back and forth. And when I would do them, it would say, this formula cannot work. It would give me an error message, and it wouldn't carry out.
Somehow. Okay, so let's see. All right. count if, looking for the or, because I posted a couple equations. Because they're like, these are things that you don't use all the time. A, they're not going to be on the mouse exam. And B, they're not things that you use every day. I mean, honestly, if I had to use an if or if then statement, I'd probably have to go back and just look at the context to see how it works. I get the idea, but the nested formulas are, unless you use them every day, they are a little complicated. That's why I don't get really too hung up on them, because again, they're not on the final mouse project. You're gonna have some basic ones like average and sum, maybe average if, count if, but you're not gonna have any of the complicated ones. You're not gonna have any of the nested ones.
Okay.
So I'll go back and look at your formulas. Because I can just pull up the answer key and look to see what.
If you would like, I can send you the most recent version of my worksheet. This was the one where I put in the formulas you sent me and they weren't working.
I think I got, let me see. Let me close this.
Well, I think the one I had sent you was the one where I did my formulas and I was essentially just like changing things left and right until I could see the results that the book wanted.
Yeah.
Trying to kind of like reverse engineer it from there. It just wasn't working.
Okay. Yeah. Just send it to me again. I'll look at them.
All right.
Not a big deal. So, okay. Besides the nested formulas, any other issues or problems you guys have with the modules?
I do. So week 7 as well, there was an outage and it kept saying like an error. So I kept trying to turn it in, and it only gave me 5 attempts for that homework project. I did
the
call the SAMS people.
Are you in EAD?
No, for week 7.
I know what section are you in?
I am in, let's see here. EAD.
You're breaking up. Week 7.
82.
Week 7, it's showing, let's see, the final project. Is that the one? Because it doesn't show that you submitted the textbook project. Is that correct? Can you guys hear me or no?
I can hear you.
Okay, it must be on her end. Let me see, module 7 final. I think that's, I'm positive that that's set at unlimited, but I'll go in and double check. EAD module 7.
It was a homework assignment.
There's nothing showing submitted from you.
See, and that's a problem. It won't even let me submit again. It has a graded report out there in the book. Like the guy walked me through it and took me to it.
So it hasn't transferred over from,
correct, because there was an outage during that time.
all right, I can manually sync it. So let me go there and I'll do a manual sync. I'll do that while we're talking.
Okay.
So
but he told me that I couldn't resubmit because it was capped at 5 turn-ins.
I don't think that's true. Let me look real quick. I think it's unlimited. And if it is, I'll delete your lower ones. It's not a big deal. You're not going to lose points because of something like that. So don't fret about that.
I did the same one 5 times trying to get a grade in.
Yeah. External. Yeah. Allowed attempts unlimited. It's set to unlimited. So I'm not sure. Let me flip over. Because they do a sync and it syncs every like 30 minutes. Students paying that they're like, hey, there's no grade. Well, it's supposed to sync every 30 minutes. Last semester I had a little problem with it in week like 8. But besides that, all I had to do is do manual sync and it came over. So
okay.
Anyway, I'm logging in to do that right now.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that there wasn't a 0. I mean, it'd be a low score, but better than a 0.
Yeah. A little bit of something's better than a whole lot of nothing. That's what I say all the time, right? Through section, Sam's results. Here we go. And that was projects.
7.
Sam's, okay, grade book. There we go. And you were in the EAD, right?
Yep. 82T.
Oh my gosh, I got like 100 classes in here. Lauren. 4. Yeah, see, it's not showing that you submitted anything for 7 for the textbook.
He sent me something and I sent it to you showing that I did.
It's
I see-
last name is Miller, right?
Yeah.
I want to make sure I had the right Lauren. Sorry. Okay, well, let's why don't you stay after and we'll look at this because it's not hold on a second. Let me do this. I see one. Did you not do one of them and you did one of them? Is that what I'm seeing?
I did everything. Like I'm caught up. I'm doing week 9 this week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then I'm caught up on everything. I've done it all.
Yeah, it's not showing. So I'm gonna have to go back and look, and it doesn't look like there's no grade in the grade book.
Right. That's my problem that I'm seeing.
Okay, I'll go in and look at your submissions.
Okay.
And then I will see what's going on because I can look at your actual submissions. And then if there's 5, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete 2 of them.
Okay.
So you'll have to you still got the file though, right, to resubmit it?
I'm pretty sure I do. Yeah. I think I even sent it to you in an email, just making sure that you knew I did submit it because it wasn't coming through.
Yeah. Let me see right here. Project 8, project 7, final. Yeah, textbook. Let's see, it gives a grade. Okay. So I'll get with you afterwards, and if you want to accept this grade, that's fine. If not, I can delete them.
Right.
And then you can if you want to redo it and resubmit it, that's up to you. Okay.
I would like to submit it once and try to fix it at least once, but if not, it's fine.
Okay. The last. Is that your final? Let me see if this is the final or this is the textbook. Because that's the same score as your one that's showing. Final textbook. Weird. It won't let me look at that one. It's showing submitted, but it won't let me look at it. Okay, so I'm about to go in and delete them because it shows the graded file, but then it won't let me open it. I've never seen that.
That's what we were having an issue when I was on the phone with a guy. He said he was having the same issue, but he was not allowed to delete because I guess of cheating for cheating purposes.
Yeah. The instructor, I can go in and delete those. So I'll go in and delete. I'll delete 2 or 3 of them so you can resubmit it. We'll see if it grade. If it doesn't, then I'll just default to 100. I want to see if we can get it done first, though.
All right, thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay, who else is on? Anybody else have any fun stuff we want to talk about before we talk about geometrics again?
I wanted to let you know that I sent you the most recent file. The file I sent you wasn't the one I had submitted. I'd submitted the one before and I got a good enough grade on it where I wasn't too worried about it. It's still the nested
yeah, I'll still look at it because I want to see what you got wrong. I'm going to guess because I went right to the solution file and I copied and pasted that formula. So I'm pretty sure it's correct, but I'll go back and double check it just to make sure.
Right. Yeah, I just want to make sure that I have the concept down. And
yeah,
so
exactly.
I'm not trying to do it backwards and reverse engineer it for the geometrics or the MOS.
Yeah, you won't have to. Like I said, you won't be doing the nested. You will not be doing those.
Well, thank God.
Yeah. No, because I would have failed miserably too, right? I think I told you guys I got like a 94, 96 on it. There are a couple of things they asked me about with the charts that just didn't make, I didn't even, and I teach it, right? And the way they were wording it didn't even make sense. I couldn't even understand what they wanted me to do. So I just went on. So, and you guys are going to run into that too when you do the geometrics as well as the mouse exam. Don't get hung up on those. That's what I'm telling students. Listen, if you get on something and you can't get it solved quickly, right? You're like, yeah, that makes sense. Just mark it as for review and go on to the next one. Don't
Get
get
what you know out of the way.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Don't get hung up and like, oh, I've got to find this one. You only have to have 70%. I don't want to see you get 70 or 72%, but you've got a few that you can pass and then go back to, right?
Is this a timed test?
Yes, it is. Both the geometrics and the mouse. And the geometrics is timed to get you into that same mindset or that same mode, right? That I want it wants to get you into the mode that, you know, of the timed. So we do that intentionally. Because again, listen, everybody says, oh, I have to test anxiety. You know how you get better is you practice. My son is not good at basketball. I tell him all the time, you know how you get better, son? Practice. So the more you practice, the more it's going to be comfortable, the more you're going to feel comfortable with the concepts and the way they're asking. You can take the geometrics. I think I said it at 50 times. And if you run out, then let me know. But I've never had a student do the geometrics 50 times because typically after you take it, you know, 3 or 4 times, you're going to kind of get the feel for what they're looking for and you're going to be fine, especially if you've done all the homework.
A lot of it, I think, is just wording in the way, because even with the homework assignments, it's the wording, I think, is the confusing part.
Yeah, I mean, there are some, I'll give you that. There are some that are worded weird, but it's not the norm. That's the exception. Most of them are pretty straightforward. I just got on and played around with the geometrics last week when I did both Tuesday and Thursday, and they're pretty straightforward. And the thing is, if you take it in the training mode and you get it wrong, it'll tell you exactly how to do it the right way. So if you get a lot of them wrong and you're not understanding them in the testing mode, go back and do it in the training mode, because it's going to walk you through exactly how to do it, and then go back and take it in the training mode.
Is this a test that we have to have done before we graduate?
You have to take the test as it states in the syllabus. It's required in order to complete the course.
Okay.
Now, graduation is a different conversation. You have to complete your curriculum.
Okay.
But for this course, you have to attempt it. You don't have to pass it. You have to attempt it. But if you pass it 70% or higher, you get all 300 points. If you get less and you don't pass it, then you get 3 times whatever the score is, because it's worth 300 points. So if you get 80, oh, I'm sorry, that'd be the 300 points. If you get 60, you get 180 points out of 300. How are you doing on all the other modules and everything? Did I lose you guys?
No, we're still here.
I'm still here.
Who was I just talking to? How are you doing on the modules?
I'm currently working on last week's, the one that was just due. I've been so overwhelmed. I've got 4 classes and I'm trying to struggle with all of them, just trying to keep up. But I'm in the process, and I fell behind on the other 2 because of in the training, there was like the 67 questions.
Yeah.
And it kind of like ADHD kicks in, and attention to be able to sit for that long to be able to do it. So it takes me a bit to kind of get into that mindset. But this week here for assignment wise, it's a slow week, and I'm hoping to be able to take and have last week's and this week's done this week.
Okay, I know there's due dates, but don't get hung up on those. If you're behind, I'm still going to accept the work, right? I mean, obviously, we'll want you to do it on the due dates because it's kind of like a pace setter in a marathon. We want to keep you on track, and we want to keep you going, right? Last week there was only, I think, 1 module because it is a heavier lifting module than the ones before. So
yeah, them nested formulas are not. That one was just,
yeah, it's tough. I'm
really
not gonna lie.
confusing.
It's I'm not gonna lie. It's that is one of the tougher ones. That's why you only had 1 module, right?
Okay.
So okay, who else is on? Anybody else? Nope. Okay, have you guys logged in and created your geometrics accounts?
Yes.
Not yet.
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna go through this one more time. I did it last week twice, but like I said, I recorded it, but I didn't like the recording. It was bad. So let me see here. Let me
So I have a
train.
question. We make a geometrics account, right? And then we schedule the testing through IV Tech because that's what I did.
So there's two things. Geometrics is a standalone platform, and it's basically to prepare you for the mouse exam. The
Okay.
geometrics, think about it, is just the practice exam. So you have to download the software, and
Okay.
then to create it, you have to create an account, download the software. Once you create the account and log in, and it'll ask you to redeem a code. I'm going to try to log in real quick, and I'll share my screen. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Hopefully I can remember my password. Geometrics, student portal. Hopefully it pops up. I'm going to share my screen. Hold on just one second. Start video. Nope. Share screen. Here we go. We go to. Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
This is the student portal login. Once you create your account, you can see I got my login and my password there. I'm going to go ahead and sign in. Please tell me it didn't. Thought it was saved. Okay, let me try this.
I'm looking at the user registration page, and it says I need a student number. Do we have one?
No, I mean, you can put in your C number, but you shouldn't.
Okay.
So when you log in to Geometrics, this is what you guys are going to see. Now, you guys aren't going to see this because it says recent activity, right? So you're going to hit redeem, and then every student sends me an email, says, oh, I don't have the access code. Yes, you do. Read the announcements. The access code is in the announcements. Copy and paste it, and then it's going to take you into test, right? So I'm just going to put start new test. So once you put it in, it's going to come up. Now, again, yours is not going to look like this because it was confusing students. So I only gave you access to Office 2019. So when you click on Office 2019, okay, I have access to all of them. I used to do this in case students wanted to get in and play around with the other ones. I didn't for you guys because it confused everybody. So you should have associate and expert. You want the associate. Trust me, if you start the expert, you're going to be doing the nested formulas and you're going to be confused. So you want to go into the Excel associate. Okay. Once you get in here, oh my gosh, look at all these. Okay. There's only 2 exams. See where it says exam 1, exam 2. All these other ones are kind of like the practice task. You can go into these concept reviews and our skill reviews, and they're going to give you like those tasks that you did in the practice. You need to do these 2 exams right here. And as I posted in an announcement, there's only 2 exams. You have to submit 3 results, which means you have to take one of them twice, right? So it doesn't matter which one. You cannot submit the same exam twice. You need to take it twice because you have to submit the date and time so I can see that you took it at a different time. But these are going to be good indicators if you're ready for the mouse exam or not, which the mouse exam you have to schedule. It's proctored. They're doing it virtual, but you still have to schedule it. I would schedule early enough in the week to where if you do fail it, that you have one retake. So you have enough time to do a retake. You can't schedule both of the exams at the same time. You have to take the exam and either fail it before you can then reschedule it. When you go into, I'm going to show you training mode first, right? Training mode, this doesn't count. I've already got it. I've got it downloaded. I think I'm going to have to go to Geometrics to make this work. Let me go. I thought I had it on my home screen here. There we go. there we go. Okay. I'm about to log in again. Hold on just 1 second. Can you guys see my screen still?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you see the geometrics? What are you seeing? Are you just seeing my Safari?
Oh, we see the geometric screen.
You see the
or
geometrics?
Safari.
Okay. So you're seeing Office 2019 on the screen right now?
No, it's the download SMS.
Okay, all right. That's not the screen I want to show you. Hold on a second. Let me switch what I'm sharing with you. Share. Let me do my desktop. There we go. Okay, so I logged in again under the geometrics because it asked me to download it. Then you have to start the software. And again, I showed you how to redeem the coupon or the access code. You go to Office 2019. We're going to go to the Associates. And then you're going to see practice test 1, 2. This is what you guys will see. Review 1, review 2, test 1, test 2. These are the 2 you need to take. In the training mode, when I start it, and I'll go ahead and start this, resume this. You'll see it'll ask you rename table 1 rates. Let's go to this next one. This is an easy one. This tells you how to do it. So it says change the orientation of the worksheet to landscape. And you should be able to page layout, orientation, landscape. All right. And then I should be able to go to next, page layout, page setup, orientation. Okay. So it says your answer is correct, right? So I did it correctly. So let's go to the next one and let me do it wrong. Inspect the worksheet for compatibility issues, copy the results to a new sheet. Okay, so part of this is, when you start clicking in here, it's not going to let you click and do something that you're not supposed to do. Inspect the worksheet for compatibility issues. Oh, let's say I don't know how to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go to next. And then what it's going to do is, it's going to tell me what I need to do. Go to the File tab. On the default info page, click Check for Issues buttons. Select Check Compatibility. At the bottom, Microsoft Excel Compatibility Checker pop-up window, click Copy to New Sheet. So we're going to File, Check for Issues in the info page. So we can go back. File, Info, and inspect worksheet, check for compatibility, and then I'm going to copy it to a new worksheet right here. Okay. And then if I hit next, and then it should tell me that I did it correctly. Your answer is correct. So by doing it in the training mode, I'm going to go ahead and close out of this. I've got to log back in if I do that. Hold on a second. Let me see. Yeah, I had to do that last time I closed out. I had to re-log back in. So now I'm going to go to the testing mode for you guys real quick. Sorry, I got to log back in. I'm not sure why it kicks me all the way out. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to start a new test. I'm going to go Office 2019. I'm going to go to Associate. Well, this time I'm going to take it in the testing mode. And what I'm going to start a new test. And what you're going to see is at the top here is that it's got a timer. It gives you 50 minutes, right? So this is exactly how the mouse exam is going to look. If you don't know something, you just click mark for review. So which are the 3 basic views in Excel? Page layout, normal, and print preview. And then what I can do is I can mark this for review. If I don't think I have it right, then I can go to the next one. Now you can see it's not going to tell me if it's right or wrong because it's a test. So what I can do though is once I go here says in order to set a print area, users need to go to which tab in Excel. So you're going to go to page layout, right? And then I can go to next. I don't want to review that. So now I want to see where I am. If I go over here and click this, it's going to tell me which ones I've done. This one I need to review. That one I've done, it's okay. So I can go back once I get through all of these, right? 35 of them. I can go back and I can say, hey, I want to review that one. It'll be the same way for the test. You can mark it for review, or if you're complete, you mark it complete and go to the next one. Typically on the exam, there's going to be like, let's say 5 to 7 different tasks. And it's going to be on workbooks at the bottom. And each one of those will have 3 to 5 different things you do on each one of those workbooks. So this is really, again, to give you a very close simulation to what the exam is going to be like. So then when you go through all of them, you submit it, and then it's going to give you a grade. You need to take a screenshot of that grade because it does not send it to me. And again, it says this in the instructions. If you don't know how to take a screenshot, there's instructions that tells you how to do that. But you need to make sure your name's on there, the grade's on there. You need to make sure it shows the date, the time, and also what your results were for your test score. Again, you can take these until you get 100% on all of them. Then take the screenshot and send them to me. Again, you can't use the same test for 2 scores. You have to have 3 different scores. Is this making sense to everyone?
Yes, it is.
Okay, does anybody have any questions? It's pretty straightforward. I think the hardest part is you have to download the geometric software onto your computer, and then you have to set up a geometrics account, and then you have to go back and don't forget to get the access code from the announcement I put out there.
I had a question as to how you schedule for the mouse exam. I was looking through the modules and I didn't see where that
Yeah,
was.
so if you go to module 12, can you see my screen still?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you see that I'm in EAD. If I go to module 12, I'm sorry, module 11, my bad, module 11. It's going to say mouse scheduling instructions. Do you see that?
Yes, and that's in the overview.
Yeah, that's in the overview for module 11. So that's going to walk you through how to schedule, right? So what you have to do is you have to go to Certiport to set up an account. Then you need to schedule. You can do that afterwards, but I think you might need this information in order to do the scheduling. I'm not sure. Has anyone scheduled the mouse exam yet?
I have. I did it through Ivy Tech and I already set up my Certiport thing. Certiport.
Did you have to do the Certiport before you scheduled it, or do you remember?
I don't think so. What is the Certiport for? I was kind of confused on that.
So once you go there, it's just like the geometrics login. Certiport is actually, they're the certified test credentialing agency. So they're the ones that actually work for Microsoft that give you your certificate or your pass approval. So you'll want that account because like if you want to link out, let's say that you're on LinkedIn and you want to link out and show that you're certified in Excel, you want to log in there and get your little certification badge you could put on LinkedIn, or if you want to link it to your digital resume or whatever. So they're just like the gatekeepers of the mouse exam.
Okay, so do we have to schedule with the Certiport
Nope,
also, or when we
nope,
schedule with Ivy Tech, we're good?
No, right, what it says right there, it says log in to your account. You need to set up an account. That's all you need to do.
Okay, that's what I did.
Yep. So you need to set up an account because when you go in to take your mouse exam, that they're going to ask you to log into Certiport, then they're going to type in some code to get you started on the test to make sure you're taking.
Okay, thank you.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, there's too many third parties in this, but it is what it is. I mean, there's geometrics, there's Certiport, there's the assessment scheduling center, and again, the Certiport, they do not send the results to me. So you need to take a screenshot or print out your completion so you can send me that. And it needs to show your name, the date that you took it, your score results. And that's what you need to submit under module 11 for the mouse exam. Okay, let's see who we got on here. Did I cover everybody? Did everyone get their questions answered?
And you said that you gave us the code in in one of the announcements.
Correct.
Okay.
I go to announcements. It's going to say geometrics access code. I'm
That's
guessing that everybody's not reading my announcements. But when you click on this, here's the code you need right there. And it tells you everything you need to do. You take it in testing mode. Okay. Any other questions? What time is 11:33? Okay, I know that the nested formulas are problematic. Again, I posted an announcement with that with some of the formulas right here. So if you have issues with any of the other formulas, just reach out to me. If they're a straightforward formula, I'm going to tell you go back and do the training. But honestly, they don't really cover the nested formulas that well, even in the textbook. Even if you go through the training, they don't cover them at all. And if you go through the textbook, they're there, but it's very limited. So I think that's why I just post the equations, because I don't think it's fair that that they don't really cover them that well. Then they expect you to know them, and it's kind of hard to explain to students, hey, you need to use the name of it. It's just very difficult to teach in this format. I have a hard time teaching this in the classroom. Basically, I just have the students open up the module and we walk through and we type it in together is what we do in the classroom. Okay, let's go around the room one more time. Any more questions, comments, concerns?
I don't.
I mean, you guys are on the downslope, right? There's only 2.5 weeks left. So if you're behind, just pick up the pace a little bit. You'll be fine. Again, you don't have to do it all at once. Do it in chunks, sit down and work on it for 15, 20 minutes, take a break and go back and work on it 15, 20 minutes more. Remember, when you look at the grades, again, you got to look at where you can get the most points. If you're looking at getting points to pass, the geometrics, each one of those are worth 100 points. And then the mouse exam is worth 300 points. So it's worth a pretty good, if you don't do the mouse exam, you can't pass the class, you'll get an F. But even if you attempt it and you attempt the geometrics, there's quite a few points there. If you have to choose between doing one of the modules and doing the geometrics, skip the module and do the geometrics. Not that I'm advocating for you to skip a module. That's not what I'm saying. But just look to see where you can get the majority of your points. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Again, I'm not advocating skipping anything. I'm not. Please don't take my comments the wrong way. But I also understand if you have 4 other classes and you're under crunch time, be smart about where you're trying to capture your points. But you have to do the mouse exam. If you don't do the mouse exam, you will not pass the class.
Okay.
Okay, I'm off my sermon. If you guys need anything, I feel like I should pass a hat or something and collect some money for my sermon there, right? So if you guys need
You already
anything,
got my tuition, so I think that's all you got.
they don't give that to me, man. They don't give that to me. Trust me.
Paid in cookies and happiness, right?
I can hear the smile on your face, man. That makes it all good. I'll look at that thing that you sent to me, Spencer.
Sure.
And then if you guys need anything else, just reach back out to me. I will be on here on Thursday again, just to answer any questions. If you have specific problems, I'll open up the actual file and we can look at the actual the answer page. So I'll just open up and we'll take a look at it. Okay.
So I just want to re-clarify for me that I can resubmit my textbook homework 7 now, right?
Yeah, not yet. I didn't get there and delete it. Sorry, I got my screen sharing. Give me 15 minutes. I'll jump in and do that right now.
Okay, you're totally fine. I just wanted to make sure that I'd be able to at some point.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And if you submit it again and it doesn't work,
right? Since I can't see any of them, I'm just going to delete all 5 of them. If you submit it and it doesn't grade it, I'm just going to give you 100 because I'm not going to go battle a battle that's not worth fighting. You know what I mean? If you've done the work and it's just not grading, I'm not going to hold that against
Right. Okay. I just want to make sure. Thank you.
you. Yep. All right. Everybody have a good day. If you need anything, let me know.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
All right, have a
Bye.
good rest of your day.